Hi everyone, welcome back. That's Fire here. Today we are going to start one of the four principles of object-oriented programming. We start with inheritance because we will gonna see inheritance in other forms such as abstraction, for example. So we need to understand the concept of inheritance first. So let's create a new package for object-oriented programming. We had so far we had all our codes in just one package. Let's create another package for just object-oriented programming. I'm gonna call it OOP and finish. So I'm gonna base my my course in here. Okay. So we're gonna create different classes. Inheritance involves at least two classes. One, the father class or the parent class or the superclass, and the second, minimum one or two or more, should be that inheriting behaviors from this higher class. So let's use let's use the easy way to understand it, because the most important thing is to understand the concept. Let's use animal kingdom as a hierarchy. So we create this animal, and then we create dog, cat, bird, and so on, at least two of these. So this superclass, this is the higher class, will have the methods we need to be inherited by the other classes. So in here, let's create variables that we're gonna use here. Let's create the string name. We're gonna use name and age. Okay. So we just initialize them. We don't assign values to them, because values will be in the inherited classes next. So once we have those, let's go create the method that gonna get and set these variables, because we are going to use these variables. We set them or we get them from here. So we will have public string get name. Okay, this will get the name for us. Okay, and this will return name. This will give us name, and we will have also the age public and no less. Okay, no problem. Get age. This will return age, and next we will have these are the getters, so we also need the public setters. Okay, public. This should be void because they don't return. We just set here public void set name, and this will, okay, that's what we're gonna have. This will be the name that we have up there. It's calling that name. And also don't worry about the yellow underline, because since we didn't use it yet, it will be there until that. So again, void set age will be this dot age is equal to age. The keyword this refers to this class. In this class, the age that is defined in this class, that's what it means. So that's why we call it just this. Okay, it is indicating to that. And so this is just to help us to get or redefine, change those variables we set up here, the name and the age. And then, as we discussed earlier in the previous video, the superclass, the main class, the class which is a broad category will possess the characteristics of the lower categories. For example, the animal category will have the characteristics that are all other subcategories or instances will have. For example, if animal breathes, all other instances of animal, dog, cat, any animal breathes. That's what it is. So we don't have to define this breathe method or behavior in each type of animal category. We just define in the main category the animal, and each one of them inherits that behavior from this. So, for example, let's define a method here that it can be inherited. So let's make some kind of behavior. Okay, so that behavior will be inherited. This sound, because all animals create sound, will be inherited with by other animals. And let's create another behavior, public void, let's say bark. This for specifically for dogs, isn't it? And because they are animals, we can create it here, or we can create it in the other dog class. And we in this run, let's define a method that will bring out for other or every animal. Let's use the sound, the method here to create an output for all animals. Let's say public. We're taking the method sound, okay, and in there we print what all animals can do, just kind of output, sorry, dot out dot print add line, and here let's say all animals run or walk. Just let's use this as a output. Okay, this should have been run. Now this is the major class, the super class. So I'm gonna create another class that inherits this animal class, because the animal class is the broader category for dog, for cat, for cow, for goat, and so on. So I can create, let's say, dog. I can create a dog and a cat, okay, or any other animal. Let's create dog class that inherits from this class. Okay, so in dog class, what I'm gonna do is I create a class dog, and I create another class which is not, which is similar to what is in superclass, but only to this class. So public, I'm referring to the bark method. Okay, in this bark method, I'm gonna write output. This is from this dog class. Okay, so system dot out dot print line, and in this print line I'm going to get the methods from the animal class. So for example, I'm gonna get name, the get name method, okay, plus I'm gonna create, I'm gonna say just which is I'm saying my dog, the dog name, which is that age, is barking. So is so a get age. This is also in superclass. Plus and is barking. Should I add is barking? Okay. So as you know, this the text in blue are hard coded, so there is no problem. Now, as you can see, we don't have access to get name and get age from that animal class, even though we have them here. So this program is asking us to create one, but rather than creating one for the dog, we can inherit this, everything in here. So the way to inherit is using extends. This is the most important thing. Animal. Extends animal. Extends is the key word that we use to inherit. As you can see now, the error is gone. And we can see where we got them. String from OOP package from animal class, and that is the method we inherited. So this is the keyword in object-oriented programming in inheritance. So now this dog has inherited every method defined in here, including those three. We can use them, we can redefine them, different arguments, or initialize with different objects. So I think we have missed something here, is a semicolon at the end. And let's create another class for let's use cat. Class cat. Okay, and finish. And in class cat, for now let's create the method for this cat only, and the get names and get and name and age again, like just we did for the cat, for the dog. We're going to create another class to run to synchronize this method. As you have seen so far, we didn't use the main method in other classes because we're going to combine those into one and then run. So we didn't have main method yet. So for this one, let's bring sound, sorry, and in here we're gonna print system dot out dot print line, because we are going to print multiple lines. So, and also here we're gonna get name method plus, so get name method plus, let's say exactly the same what we did, which is of some age. So get age method plus is meowing. Okay, let's have a little bit space over here. So as you can see now, that's extra. So as you can see, we don't have those methods again because this didn't extend yet. So what we do here, extend this animal. now it is sorted out. So this is just one line inheritance. Okay, in inheritance I can create another a kitten, for example, a little cat, which will inherit this cat. So that creates hierarchy. I can have multiple hierarchy of generation of inheritance in class, just like in biology, in animal kingdom, or in human genomes, for example. So one inherits DNA, genes, and so on from their parents, and then we have the same generations after generation. So that can be possible as well for now, but this is the super class, the higher level class, but these both are inheriting from this class. So now, as you can see, the inheritance uses extends keyword. This is must remember. Then how can we say, okay, we've seen that there is no error, but how we know that this works? We can't run because there is no main method. What I mean by main method, I'm going to show you one of the things we did before. Let's say equals thing website. This is what I'm referring to. This method, we didn't use it yet. We don't have it here yet. So this is where actually the method that help us to print out, to run the system. So we need to have that main method so that we can, if I run this one, there's no name I give to, so that I can't get name already. I can't get age because we didn't set any age here. We didn't say age is equal to 2 or 4 or something like that. This is where this is not where we set actually. Once we define this, we don't mess around here. This can be hidden. This can be hidden because we don't need them anymore. I can actually click out and then close and run from the main method. So I'm gonna come back to my package and create the main method that I'm going to use to set and get names for this thing to work. So this is going to be another class, main class, okay, which will have this main method, okay. And let's say, well, let's say this is inheritance. Yeah, I'm going to say inheritance test, okay. Make test. Of course, you can use test. You can say main. You can say whatever name you like. So this should have the main method here because this is the main method that calls things. And here is where we're gonna now do everything because it is in the same package. This class in the same package, and because the thing we have here are all public, as you can see, we can access them without extending. Okay, the main class can inherit them because it is public and it is in the same class, in the same package. So let's bring instantiate the instances of initialize the instances of this all, the cat and the dog. Cats are instances, cows, birds, and so are instances of animal. Animal is just one. So here we say animal dog, okay, equals new dog. Okay, this gives us one dog, this instance of animal, which is dog, Why do I have here? It should have been the upper G, because this is what I have there. So this is okay because I'm just naming that dog a dog. I can have instance of cat. We'll see. So for this one, let's say what we're gonna do. We're gonna get ages and the names for this dog. Age, name, and age. So when we do this, we have to match the type here. Okay, this is name is string, age is int. So it should be following that. So then we call that dog we created. We can actually name anything. There. And then we're gonna use that name, the one we just created, and then make it, give it a name or an age, a name and age. So we set age for that, and as you know, age is int. So let's give it 3, and that's not working. Sorry, this should have been done in here, like in animal class. We should have added here a string name and int age. So I'm gonna do that. A string name and int age. This is because this is in the method here. This is how it should be defined, and then now it should be here. It should be okay. Where is this is get name, get name, get name, string name. Now that solve it, and here also, and age, so that we don't face the problem later. So here what I did was we initialized dog. Previously I said animal over here. Sorry, I was referring to the polymorphic, which you will see polymorphic behavior of object-oriented programming, which we can use this one class in different forms. That is not the topic here. This is the inheritance topic. So we created an instance of that dog, okay, the dog class, and then we give the age, which is integer we defined earlier. Here in the animal class, integer is okay, age is integer in this get age method. So we have to give the integer. We don't need the quotation marks. So here the get name, the get name method is the get name. Sorry, it should have been get, not set age. Set age should be get age as well. So let me change to get age. Yeah. So so we set age to 3, name to Duce, because it is a string. You know, it is defined as a string here. The set age is a string. So we define that as a string. We assign a string here, and we call that dog on the method that is defined in here. Now we have this. We set the age to 3. We set the age, the name to Duce, and we set with for that dog, for the instance of dog called dog. And let's call this instance another name so that we can be clear about dog class. Let's say dog, let's dog Duce. Okay, this is an instance of a dog called Duce. Okay, and that we will set that name. So we call Duce be age 3, Duce be named Duce, and the Duce will bark. So this is a new instance of a class dog, which inherits this get name, and the get age will use those set and set messages for age and name here, and fill the places and print out the whole statement for us. So if we run this, we should be able to get something. Something is very easy. You can't see the editor there. It was hiding. So Duce, which is 3, is barking. So what these were fed into this, and the whole statement ran as a little bit far away. Here space, big space. Yeah, now better. So that is what inheritance do. So this method is being called from this, and not only actually the barking method. Well, the barking method actually is used. This barking method is used, but the get and the set methods we see are taken from the animal class. Let's do this for the cat instance. And so to do that, we create an instance of a cat. Let's call this Jappy. Okay, this is a new cat. Okay, a new cat class, instance of a new cat class. C is uppercase because we created the uppercase. So now what here is Jappy. This new cat is instance of this cat class, even though that cat class is a subclass for the animal class because it extends the animal class. So this is a 3-level kind of inheritance. So we say Jappy dot we're gonna set age for Jappy. Let's say 1. Okay, 2. Okay, and the Jappy dot set name. We already gave her name, so her name is string. Her name is Jappy. Okay, and well, we're gonna use Jappy the sound method. Jappy dot sound. Method on Jappy, and we call Jappy for that sound. Let me put it a little bit down, and then in here the sound method is already defined, and that get Jappy's name and age, and then print that out for us. So let's run this, and now Jappy, which is of 2, years old, we can add years old to which of 2 years, which is 2 years old is meowing. Better expression. Jappy, which is 2 years old, is meowing. So these are being called from the there's the classes. So we can create another instance here without going anywhere. This is Jappy, this is cat. Just we create one for it. We can create another cat. We can say my cat equals new cat. Yeah, new cat class. Yeah, and I do. So this is another cat, not Jappy anymore. I called it my cat, or I can call it Fleur. Okay, and then give Fleur another age. Set age for Fleur as 5, and another name. Set name for Fleur. I already said this, so I'm gonna call her Fleur, or whatever I like, and I'm gonna call Fleur dot run, because there's no run in the method, so he's gonna take that run from here. Let's see what we're gonna print out now. Even though this is the animal, the cat, the cat class, and there is no run in the cat class, I called on Jappy instance of new cat, and then not Jappy, sorry, Fleur instance of new cat, and I called Fleur to run, but when the system checks it is not in here, but then it checks this, it can inherit from the superclass, and it goes here and picked the run class from here, and the run class has something to do, and then it printed for us that all animals can walk, run or walk. So this actually is inheritance in action. So I'm sure you understood the concept, and try to use this code to run your own samples, to create on your own samples, and get practice with that. Thank you for being with me, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.